Hi, geography students. This is Mr. Gibson. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on how to do the APA style citations at the end of your assignment. So if you take a look at the screen, you're going to see your assignment there. And if you look at step 5, it says, hey, we need to have a bibliography at the end. Kind of circle that in red. Isn't that effective? So how do we do the bibliography? I'm going to walk you through that nice and quickly. I'm going to put a link to a website. It's a website called Purdue Writing Lab. The OWL stands for Online Writing Lab. OWL. Okay. Anyways, so I'll put this link on the class website. What's important here is it does have a citation generation machine. My feeling about this is that it's a bit fraught with problems because there's just so many pop-up windows. If you've got a pop-up window blocker, give it a try. I don't on this computer, so there we are. Anyways, what are we concerned with? We want to cite a website. Now, at the end of your sheet, your assignment, you should have something that looks like this that says bibliography. So we want to cite a website. Let's open a website. How about CBC News? Let's see what's happening in the world today. Here's your news section of our normal class. Oh, it's Doug Ford, and he's saying, hey, we should probably, more people should get tested. That's good advice. Okay, so let's say I want to cite this website. I've got, okay, thanks, Trent. I've got a lot of information here. Go to URL. So I go back to my reference list and I take a look at what's required. It says web page or piece of online content. So I need to list, the first name, last name, so year, month, date, title of the page, site name, and URL. So essentially you follow this whole process here and just type it in. And so you can just go back and forth between the content. So in this case, let's see, is there a name of the person who wrote this? Typically, the name of the author will be up here, and it's usually called a byline. Probably learned that in English, I hope. Anyway, so there'll be a byline sometimes in there. If not, sometimes the CBC has a habit of putting this at the very end. Might be like, okay, so who do we have this? It's from the Canadian Press. So we don't have an actual individual. So I'm just going to highlight that and copy that and put it in here. Control V, paste. Okay, now what does it say? So it needs a name. If I can't find a name of an individual, I can put Canadian Press or anonymous, depending. Now I need the year, month, and date. Year, month, date. So go back. And, well, look, it's today. So I know the date. So there's the month and date. I can copy that. And I know the year. So I can just put in brackets here, probably not have it italicized. Year 2020. I can paste in the date there. When you're cutting and pasting, the format of the text changes. Just try to make sure that it's standardized at the end. You can do that easily by just highlighting it and going to your font tool and picking the font that you were using most recently, probably Arial. Anyways, and then of course you want to make sure that it's also the same size. Let's say 12. There we are. Looks almost right. It's a slightly different color, so you'd have to change that. Okay, what do I need next? I need to have the title of the page, the site name, and the URL. So the title of the page would be my my news line. So this. So I can copy that. You can write it out if you wish as well, and then you paste that in. Oh, it's really big. That's neat. And then I go back to my OWL reference sheet, and it says the URL, site name and URL. Site name is CBC News, right? So CBC News. And then I put my URL for that. So I just take that, copy it, and I can paste it in. And boom. Oh, doesn't that just look wonderful? And obviously you will want it to look all uniform because it looks really ugly right now. I'm sorry. So we'll change that all to 12 font. Make sure the color of the font, where's your color? Border color, font color? Yeah, there we are, text color. Make sure it's all the same color. And another thing you want to do is, if you really want to nitpick, you can try to tab in the second line. So right here, but sometimes Google Docs, I know, has an issue with that. This may too. So I really don't care if you tab it in or not. But if you take a look at the reference here, it's got a slight tab going in right there. Follow your heart on that one. If you want to nitpick with all the borders and so on, go for it. Anyways, so you need to have sources in for your work. What should you be citing? Any picture that you take from the online realm. So you want to cite that. You want to cite anywhere you do research. So let's point at things. If you go to the actual assignment sheet, there's a whole bunch of useful items here. I mean, technically, those should be cited, so you would cite those. Any other additional research, you're going to put that citation in at the very end. This is important. If you take a look, on the rubric, you're getting marks for having a bibliography, and it's rather simple to do. So do it, please. It's very fast, quick process, and will earn you marks. Also, you need to get used to this because you will have to do this in all of your classes in subsequent years. So get used to citations. On a philosophical level, it's important to cite because other people have done this research and this work, and you want to show that you're giving them credit for the work they've done, and also that you're not just blatantly copying, because that's bad. Okay, hopefully this video, I paused myself while I was talking. Hopefully this is helpful. If you want more videos, ask for more. If there's any other explanations you need, please, in the comments, write down, I would like to know how to do fill in blank here, and I can do a video on that. Thanks. Bye.